You guys, we are here at Lost Lake where it's allegedly haunted. We heard about urban legends of trapped spirits, a boy who passed away here. We've even heard stories of creatures being seen. We're about to explore. Now, everything we talk about is pure speculation, and we don't know if it's really haunted, but we're gonna see. You ready, Miguel?
Yes.
Let's go. Hi, my witches and norms. Welcome to a Witch Dark Tales podcast. We're your host. I'm Moon Witch.
And Miguel.
And today we are here at Lost Lake. It's about 11:50 and we're going to be doing a haunted vlog here. So we're going to be telling scary stories over like a voiceover and images here, and we're going to see what we can get. But I can't believe we're here. I'm scared.
Yeah. That's what happens.
We talk about haunted places and Lost Lake is one of them. We hear so many scary stories and stuff, and we've never came here.
Yeah.
And what scares me the most, no lie, it's the scary stories that we hear. So I never wanted to come to Lost Lake, but here we are.
That's what happens.
But with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. And before we get into the podcast, I also have to mention this. Viewers and audio discretion is advised. Everything we talk about is just pure speculation to the best of our knowledge and our abilities. And these are just from the research that we've done and stories that we've heard. But let's go. A long time ago, some friends and I stayed here overnight. Did not know it was actually haunted, he writes. Anyways, my friends and I passed out in the Jeep and I woke up to someone parked directly next to us when there is an insane amount of parking. It was an old man with his overhead light on, looking at a newspaper. Our first thought was to just jump in the front seat and leave, so I quickly jumped in the front seat to have my car not to start in the first time ever. My friend worked up the nerve to get out and ask the guy why was he parked so close to us, and the guy uttered something along the lines of
waiting for his son to go fishing.
And he also writes, "This was in the middle of the night!" Exclamation point. And then he writes, "Luckily I was able to get the Jeep to start eventually and we were off. But I can't help but think about it being something haunted looking back." The end. Thank you, JJ. Late at night, when you go to Lost Lake, it gets dark. And also, I've heard about like my cousins and other people from the Hmong community as well. When they go to Lost Lake, they will go camping late at night to go fishing, you know? Lost Lake is dark. When it gets dark, it gets dark. There's this guy named Detective Mocha who's a paranormal investigator. He's from Fresno, but he travels like all around the Central Valley. And within his video, he actually caught something or someone screaming his name. And I will leave that link in the description box too, so don't forget to check that out. I went to Lost Lake before. I never knew that it was haunted until I heard urban legends and scary stories. Now this one is coming from the Hmong community, where the story goes, young Hmong boy was seen wearing his swimsuit coming out of the waters, and some others said that he was also seen by a tree where he allegedly killed himself by hanging himself. Again, this is just an urban legend. I don't know if it's true or not. But do you believe this urban legend here in Fresno at Lost Lake? Drop down a comment and let me know. And if you have any scary stories you want to submit, check the link description box below. Didn't we read a story that they seen like a creature come out of the waters?
Yeah.
And then they said that it would sound like thunder.
Supposedly, there were two friends who were fishing, and then they saw something on the other side. I think it was the other side. And then all of a sudden, they see it popped up, and it was like the shape of a boy, a little boy.
Dude, our light just dimmed. Dude, my light just died.
Who's dying?
Dude, we just bought this. It should not be that way.
Oh.
Dude, look. My light just dimmed. Okay, And then I'm gonna take pictures of everything. Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it was like a scream or a girl laughing or something. Hopefully we caught it on camera. Dude, our batteries kept on dying. Wasn't it weird? Wait, don't we have flash on our phones?
Yeah.
Does it work? Girl!
Really.
Do you do ghost hunting and allow other people, or do you have only certain people that go with you?
No, we don't ghost hunt. Here's the thing. We do stories, so we go there to take pictures and images, and then we tell our stories about the place, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, have
Okay.
you ever been to Lost Lake?
Yes.
That's another
Oh,
one.
Lost Lake is very haunted by itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know why? It's pretty funny. Because you live in Fresno, correct? Like Fresno area, yeah. So there's a lot of Hmong people there. I'm Hmong too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And amongst our own community, I don't know if you know this, but we have a saying that that's where we send our ghosts to. So when we have shaman ceremonies that we do, we know we Hmong people, we have very old ritual and rites that have been here for thousands of years. And then so when we moved here, we have we have shamanism still, right? We still have our shamans, right? And so there are sometimes where, take for example, a ceremony will happen and that shaman has to battle a really difficult demon or ghost or entity. So what they'll do is they will trap it. They know how to trap it. And what they do is they will send that ghost far away from the family being haunted. So Lost Lake is actually that destination where it's far away enough where that's where they just kind of send them and then they're kind of stuck there. So that's why I say Lost Lake and that park in general is just haunted times two because it's not only the native land, but the Hmong people are sending their ghosts there too.
Over there too. So we heard a story that this guy told us on TikTok Live. He said that in the Hmong community, people basically, like in the Hmong shamanism, they in the Hmong shamanism, they trap souls and the D words and send them out here. Another story was sent to me by an anonymous user. She writes, "It happened like 5 years ago. I heard of stories. I'm half Native American on my dad's side. Long story short, we went hiking on the trail. Walking into the trail, we saw no one, and it was really quiet. On our way back to the car, I saw a tall man with long black hair in a ponytail. He looked Native American with his facial features. He just stared in the lake's direction. I told my boyfriend, look, no one was here before. I acknowledged with a head bow and continued to walk. Since no response, I looked back, no one was there. I thought maybe the bushes got in the way. It wasn't until I got to the car and I told my boyfriend I did not see the other half of his body since there were bushes. It was the strangest thing. He was just staring at the lake. My boyfriend deleted video from his GoPro from that day because he told me he had strange audio voices on it and it creeped him out." The end. Thank you for sending that story. Now, from my understanding is that Native Americans, for I don't know if Native Americans and the Yukon tribes, spelled Yukon, are similar or they're in the same category. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but I do believe that when I did the research, the Yukon tribes were here first before any settlers. Now, whether due to native burial grounds or whatever the case may be, I do believe that Lost Lake is one of the most haunted places. So if you guys agree, drop down a comment, let me know. And the only thing I do have to say about this is that when you see a spirit or an apparition and you think it's a human being, I love that she said she bowed and continued to walk. You're showing a sign of respect. A spirit cannot hurt you. I believe a living being will hurt you more before a spirit do. So the best thing you can do is just acknowledge and keep going. But what is crazy to me is that they caught audio on the GoPro and they deleted it. I wish they would have kept the audio, but then again, you never know. A spirit attachment, maybe it can linger around them or even in the audio on the GoPro. So, what do you guys think about that? But thank you guys for watching and thank you for listening to the audio listeners. With that being said, blessed be my witches and norms. I'll see you guys every Sunday for visual on YouTube and audio on Mondays on the podcast. Blessed be my witches and norms. Bye, everyone.